Find out quickly, identify the sentence. When you identify, definitely you will get your answer to complete the sentence. And keep in mind to stick to the word limit. And this task type 3 can be also in another form. Now I'm going to show another example. Read this example now. It is the same task type but in a different form. Example 2. It's using a box of possible answer. It is also the same sentence completion form, but there is a list of possible answers given in the form of a box. Read this now. Write the correct letter A to G in boxes 1 to 4 on your answer sheet. 1. It is unreasonable to assume that a child's language, you can easily understand that the sentence is incomplete. Now you need to find out the possible answer from options A to G. 2. The predetermined biological program governing the development of visual perception dash. There also the sentence is incomplete. You need to find out the remaining part. And 3. The child's exposure to normal language use. And 4. Penfield suggested that a seemingly quick and effortless first language acquisition dash. Now just look at these options A to G. A is influenced by having dual nationality parents. B is frequently inadequate and often defensive. C derives from the verbal behavior of other people. D has no clear start or finish. E is linked to the development of the brain. And F is contingent for its activation of external stimulation. And G can be linked to socio-economic grouping. Now your task is to find out these sentences in the reading passage, and from these below options A to G, which option is used to complete that particular sentence. Sometimes it is likely that you can just avoid few or eliminate few options because those options do not make any sense. But it is always not likely. Sometimes it can happen. So your task is quickly find out where the sentence is, what it says, and which possible option can be used to complete that sentence. And also you remember, it cannot be the same word or it cannot be the same sentence. There can be a similar sentence, so you need to make out the meaning of the sentence and find the option. When you find out the answer, just do not write the sentence, write the correct letter which belongs to that particular option. For example, I'm just going to give you, don't think it is the exact answer, I'm just going to explain. For the first sentence, if A is the right option, it is unreasonable to assume that a child's language is influenced by having dual nationality parents. You don't need to write the complete sentence on your answer sheet. For question 1, just write A. That means the letter which belongs to that sentence or that option. I hope you have got some idea about task type 3 and both the different types. And now let's talk about task type 4, that is notes, summary, table or flowchart completion. Also, there is an example which is presented for you. Questions 1 to 4, choose a summary with words A to K from the box below. Respondents to the survey mentioned several factors they think reduce dash in engineering design and thus innovation. Among them were the development costs associated with high-tech products, globalization and dash justified on safety grounds, all of which inhibit the freedom of designers to design. The trend towards intercompany dash on the subject of, for example, patents gives further cause for concern. On the other hand, some respondents deny that there is any great problem. Welcoming an improved system of dash for this reason, these respondents argue the possibility that innovation is on the increase. Certainly, they would not be surprised if that was so. And the options given are, also look at down. In a box, there are a number of options given from A to K. You need to find out from these list of words which word fits the dash or the blank space best and complete this paragraph. So this paragraph is taken from the passage. So first you need to find out the location of this paragraph in the passage, find out the words and choose from the list of words. In this task also, you need to use your skills of skimming and scanning. First identify where this paragraph located in the passage. Suppose it may be in the second paragraph or third paragraph. Just have a fast look, use skinning and scanning, find out, and then read for detail, trying to identify the meaning of each sentence and find out the suitable word. And they may give instructions also. One phrase or one word can be used once only, or sometimes they give one word can be used repeatedly. So read the instructions and answer accordingly. And in this task there is also another type. I'm going to give an example for that also. Example 2, questions 1 and 2. Complete the summary below. Choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. Modems allow the data produced by computers to be sent along telephone wires. They do this by changing computer digital data into the dash of telephones. The internet was developed in the United States to allow military computers to exchange information easily. One advantage was that it would protect against the loss of data in nuclear attack. Another was it would dash. And there is also a list of words which are given for you from A to K. You need to read the passage and find out the suitable words and fill in the blanks. Words are excellence, standards, production, diversity, communication, regulations, disputes, specifications, agreements, selections and rivalries. Now, identify where this paragraph comes in the passage and identify the particular word and fill in the blank. And here also, keep in mind, you don't get the same exact word always. You may get a synonymous words. So you need to know the meaning of each word if you want to get the exact answer. Just don't think you will get the same word which is being given here. You may get a synonymous word in the passage. And also in the sentence, it will not be the same form which is given over here in the question. You need to find out a synonymous one, the sentence with the same meaning which comes in the passage. Sentences of text, that is as a summary. A table with the sum of cells empty. Sometimes the information it might have been taken from the passage, but here in the question it will be presented in the form of a table. And if you want to just have a glance, just look at this example. If you read the rows and the columns, you can understand that it just shows the summary of some part in the passage and some of its cells are just left blank. Your task is to identify where the summary comes from. That means from which part of the passage it is, and identify the missing words and fill up the blanks. And next, several unconnected notes, that means some sentences which do not have any connection, but however it comes in the same order. That means the first sentence, the second sentence and the third sentence. It comes in an order. The second follows the first and then the third follows the second, just like that. And next, a series of boxes or steps linked by arrows to show sequence of events with some of the boxes or steps empty. This is referred to as flow chart. This also same way, it shows the summary of some particular part of the passage. So again, see this example, you can become little more clear. Look at this example to have a clear cut idea. See this flowchart form, usually it may be in the form of a procedure. Sometimes maybe I want to give you a simple example how glass is being manufactured, or how glass bottles are being manufactured. Suppose glass is molten and it comes, it just like that. So when you just look at some of the, even the next, sometimes the second or the third step may be missing. You need to find out and just write that particular thing. I would like to give you another example how glass is being recycled. Okay, just look at now, bottles are collected from homes and is shifted in trucks, shifted using trucks or lorries to the industries, and then it is broken into pieces and it is molten and just it goes to the molds and again molded into another bottles, and it is again disputed markets. In this, sometimes the third or fourth or some steps may be missing, or even some words, sometimes some particular word will be missing. You need to find out that. First see from which part of the passage it comes, read it carefully and fill up the blanks. Do answers occur in same order in the passage? Not necessarily. All these examples or types we have seen before, it comes in the same order in the passage, but sometimes you may have the answers shuffled. That means the answer for the second blank that may come before the first one, and so on. But don't worry, however, it is not from the entire passage, it comes from only one particular part of the passage. For example, the second paragraph, all the answers you can find in the second paragraph itself. But you need to find out the words carefully according to the meaning. That's why I said it not necessarily comes in the same order, it can be shuffled. Where words have to be selected from the passage, the instructions will clearly show you how many words are required. And remember, the number of words will never cross more than 3. Where a list of answers is provided, they most frequently consist of a single word. That means can't use a single word repeatedly. If you can use a particular word more than one time, it will be clearly stated in the instructions. You can use one option. One option can be used more than once. Task type 5, that's quite interesting. Labeling a diagram. See this example. Label the diagram below. Choose no more than 3 words from the passage for each answer. Write your answers in boxes 18 to 22 on your answer sheet. I'm going to give you another example. How people used to draw water from the wells in olden days. You can see a rope, a pulley and the well, and also another, the bucket or some things just hanging, and you will find blanks like near the rope there's a dash, and the pulley and the well and the bucket. So you need to see, just I'm giving you a simple example, don't take it very funny, it's easy for you to understand, isn't it? So you need to find out from which part of the passage it comes, read that carefully and just label this diagram. What form do these labels take? The label may consist of up to 3 words which will be taken directly from the passage. It might also contain a combination of words and numbers. If it is so, it will be clearly stated in the instructions. Do answers occur in the same order in the passage? No, not necessarily. However, this comes from only particular part of the passage, not the entire passage. So it won't be that difficult for you to find out the answers. What sort of diagrams are used in this task type? The diagrams may be some type of machine or a part of building or any other element that can be represented pictorially. Sometimes the diagram may be partly labeled. In that case, candidates are required to complete the labeling. Fine. Now task type 6, that's an entirely different one from what we have seen now. That's choosing headings for paragraphs or sections of a text. When you see a passage, it will be given as presented as 3 or 4 or 5 paragraphs, like paragraph A, B, C, D, or 1 or 2 or 3. Or sometimes it contains, without any name, it contains different sections. And here you will find a list of headings. Now you need to read all the paragraphs and find out from the list which heading or which sentence gives the overall meaning, or which sentence can be used as a heading for the particular paragraph. Okay, for section A, section B, section D. Look at this example now.